Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel, K&R Real Life and Reviews. The first review I'm going to do is on this dreambox. I had it folded up and into this recessed area. So here I am getting it open. Pretty simple. Whenever you do the table, it's important that you put it in the lock position because it is heavy, so you don't want to drop it on yourself. Alright, I hope you enjoy my review. I have the Create Room Dream Box here. This is kind of my library area, and I also use it to work from home. So I bought this also for a lot of my crafting stuff that I have that's kind of dispersed everywhere in the house. So when I ordered this, I got a few of the extras. I got the side tables that'll go right here, and I will show y'all those in a minute. The table comes with it. I ordered the paper organizer, the tools organizer, which I'll use for my markers, and then the extra 3-drawer space. I got the 80 totes instead of the 40, and I got the extra door accessories. So it came with extra jars, extra rods, which I have 2 more down here that I will use for something later, hopefully. I really like this. I think it's pretty sturdy, but I'm going to be honest within my review and tell you all about what I like and don't like. First, I'm going to show you, I also got this extra power outlet, and I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. So I'll come back here, and I will plug. This is for the crown. That was extra as well, and I'll show you that. And this is for the outlet. So the crown doesn't come with it. The crown with the lights. It's just an LED light that's stuck up there. But I got an extra to kind of brighten up whenever I'm in this space if I need it. Okay. So let's talk about, or let me put the side tables on, and then I will talk about all of the other things. Okay, so here I am doing the side tables. I did speed up this video just a little bit because it does take a minute to get it in. You have to be very careful to put them in exactly straight. And there are some little rubber things on the middle table that will come off if you hit them against each other. So as you can see, it was a little difficult, but I got it in there. And then here I am doing the other one. I got these specifically so my kids could sit at these side tables because I homeschool them. So there are the side tables. I'm going to lock them underneath. There's also this one that sometimes is a little difficult. I don't know why. Because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Get that side to lock, but I'll try this one. Okay. So that one I got to close up right. This one, not so much. When I first hooked up the side tables, they actually wouldn't go in at all. I don't know why on this side specifically. But after it was all said and done, they kind of started working, so it is what it is. This table can also be put in standing position, and I'll have to show you that in another video when I have the time. This one, these can as well, and then you just slide them into these extra tracks. We did have to put these upside down because they were not even with the middle table when they were right side up, so that's something to note. And that was for both sides. So with the organizers, I have these 3 different size drawers here. These big ones came with, I think, 8 of these little plastic pieces you can put in there for organizing some of those. And then these ones came with little divvy dividers for little dividers for whatever, if you'd want to separate it. So I thought that was kind of neat for separating things. I don't know that I would need to separate anything that I have, but it's nice to know that it's an option. So they don't fit in there like perfectly. Like you can see that gap, so I don't really care for them, to be honest. They are there if I need them. And of course the middle drawers, if you can see the little notches there, they also came with little dividers. So there's that. And there's that one. Perfect. So those ones are a little better. Still a little bit at the top. They're kind of wide, so it is what it is. Another thing that was messed up on this, which I did call about the side tables and wanted to return them for the dream cart, but they said I could not because I didn't have the original boxes, even though I saw other people say that they were able to return it, and they kind of work with them with having different boxes. So there was nothing they would do. They wouldn't help me out. They basically just said sorry, so that was, I didn't like that, but it is what it is. Eventually they worked fine. I still think one day I'll get the dream cart instead of having these side tables, because that one I can just, it has like tables like this that just fold down and I can move out of the way, versus this one I have to take these off to close it up. I also got these extra 3 drawers, and if you can see in there, it's kind of hard to see on this one, but this one specifically, that cam lock in the back corner is sticking out. It is on this side too, but not as far, and the other drawers will not go in. I talked to customer service and they had me try a few different things where I had to take it apart, the bottom and the sides, and they offered either to send me a new drawer set, which would mean I would have had to take apart this entire middle piece, or I told them no, because I'm not taking it apart. I'm not doing that. I asked if they could do a partial refund, and they refunded me $60. The shelves were $150. There was no discount on the shelves with the Black Friday, so I got the rest of the stuff on. So it was a little less than half, which to me, you know, only a third of it works, but it's fine. I can get acrylic shelves or acrylic drawers to go in there, I guess, but I thought that was okay. Could have been. So one of my other reasons for getting the side tables was because I homeschooled 2 of my kids. So I thought I could put them at the side tables and they could do work with me. This is the perfect size for these totes, of course. This one. So that way, when they're working on it, and they have pencils and stuff that I'll put in there, or like anything that's specific to what they need. Also here is, we move this sign that shows what that area looks like. That cord I can kind of push off to the side. But a lot of people put their Cricuts in here, or if a sewing machine is short enough, they put it in here. Another thing I really like are the hooks. You can hang like scissors or Cricut tools on those. Some people right here on this side, they will put the magnetic stuff to hang their dies. I don't do that, so I don't really, it's not anything I would do, but if if I didn't have the table here and I wanted something here, I could put something decorative. A lot of people put wallpaper too, on the inside walls and on that outer side right there. Oh, and with buying during a sale, usually you get a free gift. So the free gift I chose was this like drink caddy that came with this little bag on the side. I'll set that up to show. So you could use that little tool bag as like for trash or whatever. I just kind of leave it on to the side, and my Yeti fits in there. Any coffee I've had has fit in there so far. So next I want to show you, I want to measure each of these totes to show you how wide, tall, or wide, long, and how deep each of them is, just in case like you needed that information before you bought it. A few pros and cons about the box. So I'm going to measure each of these crates, and I will attempt to measure also how much you have in each divider. So lengthwise, this one is 1 foot and 1/4. Width is 6 inches exactly, and the depth from the bottom to the top is 5 inches. Okay, so you got across, like I said, is 1 foot and 1/4, and then you got 6 inches wide. Or I'm sorry, 6 inches wide, and then your depth is 5 inches. And then for the divvy, they're not exactly even. They run close to about 4 inches. The middle one is a little more than 4 inches. The middle one is 4 1/4. So that is the middle crate. Okay, these ones are the little ones that go kind of in between the big box and the 2 side boxes. I like these. Like I said, these are 12.5 inches, 2 3/4 inches, and then also 2 3/4. If you were to divide them up, you would get 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 3 inches, which should be easy. Actually, this one's a little more than 3 inches. It should be easy since it's exactly 1 foot across, or 1.5 feet across. So that first one makes up for that half. The first one is actually, these are the long ones, or the big ones. So it only came, I think, 8 of these. And they fit right in there. So that's good for anything that you might want to, you know, measure, or anything you might want to organize in there, pencils, pens, paper clips. Like, I work from home, so this would be great for like office supplies. Also, I like it that they cut out this part right here, to where when you're reaching for the handle, it doesn't get in the way. They did it on both sides, so it can be stored either way, however you want. Alright, so we'll go across first. I believe these should be about the same. Looks like 13 inches. 13 inches, so it is a square. And then the depth is, let's see, 3 inches. Okay, so 13 by 13 and then 3 inches. They're a pretty good size. These are great for your cardstock. If you use like the vinyl that is, I'm sorry, the cardstock that's oddly shaped. You know, I know they have some cardstock that is a lot bigger. It wouldn't fit in here. So your regular cardstock would fit in here though. And then I guess I can measure one of the jars. I don't know. I mean, these are great for beads, but if like you had something specific. So the circumference is a little less than 3.5 inches. And the depth of these jars is the same, a little less than 3.5. My pros and cons are as follows. Oh, the cost. The cost of this, I will like slide it in here, you know, so you can see it, but it was a little over $4,000 total. They do have a credit option, so you can opt to pay it out for 6 months with no interest, or you can pay it out over, I think you can go all the way up to a year or longer. I don't remember. But it does have that option. So for me, that is a little bit of a con. I think the cost, it's very costly. There are some dupes on YouTube, which I know there's one guy that has a really good one, and where you can use IKEA furniture. He uses IKEA furniture, I believe, to put it all together. And to be honest, this material of this stuff is just like IKEA furniture, which I have no problem with IKEA. Like, my bookshelves are all IKEA. Every room in our house has IKEA furniture. So it's not, or at least IKEA shelving, we use that a lot. So it's not an issue for me that it's, well, I guess to an extent it's not an issue. It does get scratched pretty easily, I noticed. But I guess let me do my pros and cons, so you have it. So pros are, there's a lot of space, lots of different organizing options. There's, you know, having the hooks and the rods for like washi tape or ribbon, the tool organizers you can add on, the jars, you know, even these I love. These, the drawer option, even though mine didn't work out. The hook, did I say the hooks? I said the hooks. All that stuff to me is a pro, because I think having these different options makes it easy. I know people, you know, that use this for nail art, people that use it for hair stuff, people that use it for makeup, people that use it for sewing, people that use it for paper crafts, people that use it for more vinyl crafting, people that use it for painting. So there's all sorts of things that this could be used for. I mean, anything. I think some people even said, I would love to get one that's for my kitchen as a rollaway pantry, because some houses don't come with great sized pantries. So those are all great options. I think it gives you a lot of options, and that's a pro to me. Another pro is, let's see, the instructions were pretty self-explanatory. They were helpful. I will say I really think Create Room should hire someone to edit their instructions, because there were some parts where the screws didn't match it, like the name and the instructions didn't match the little baggie they came in with, what they were called. If you kind of understand things, like understand building things, or like if you can tell, like, oh, I have these screws, these match, whatever, okay, then you might be able to get it. But you shouldn't have to guess. That's my thing. You shouldn't have to guess. And there were a few times where I was like, okay, this isn't matching. I don't understand what's going on. And so it was more towards the end, like when I got to the side tables, it seemed like everything else was pretty good up until I got to that, which was a separate set of instructions. So, it is what it is. Another pro was that, having them deliver it. The guy put it all the way up the top of my driveway, so I was really glad they were able to do that for me. Let's see. I like all the space, the side tables, the middle table. I feel like I have a lot of room here, so if I did want to do something big and crafty, I have room. I like the free gift. I was going to opt for the diffuser. My husband, he said, why don't you get the cup holder? I figured you could put your coffee, because I usually drink iced coffee, and it would sweat on this table, and I'd rather it not do that. Rather not have to worry about that. There was I guess a cutting mat some people got as a free gift. I didn't see that, or else I would have got it, because that was you put it mat and you can cut on it. But I'll probably just buy one. It's no big deal. Another pro, the crown. If you're thinking about getting one of these, the crown, I think, is, out of all the things I got that were extra, except for the extra totes, is the crown. And and obviously you can see all these extra totes I have because I got the side tables. It left out, it left a few spaces where I couldn't put any totes. So I have a lot of extra. Not sure what I'm gonna do with them. I can slide them underneath in some spots. If not, I like using acrylic drawers just to organize any other drawers in my house, so it works out. But yeah, I think the crown is the best thing you can buy extra, besides the totes. I know some people ask, should I get the 40 or the 80? I feel like if I would have got 40, it wouldn't have been enough. I feel like 80 is a little too much. Maybe if they went somewhere in between, like 60, that would have been perfect. I don't know that I have 20 extra. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 extra, 2 different sizes, 3 of the small ones and 10 of those, so, or 3 of like the medium sized ones. But that's okay. I don't mind having the extra, just in case if one were to break or something. But these acrylic things are pretty sturdy. I have a lot of stuff with acrylic in my drawers like that. Another pro, customer service is great. I dealt with one of the customer service reps, and originally I wanted to send back the side tables. I told you this earlier, but the person was very nice. They did also say that, if you call them, and I don't know if they make commission or something, but if you call them to do your buying process, they actually told me they highly recommend people not to get the side tables, to get the dream card instead, because they're difficult. So you saw me put them in myself earlier. When I took them out, before I did that, I dropped one on myself, so that sucked. It like scraped my leg. But it's okay. They're not like the worst. I mean, they can be a little heavy depending on the person, obviously. But I like to know that I can do it myself at least. So if I ever need to move it, then I can. That's a bonus to me. What else? I mean, I think those are the pros. The cons were the drawers not working. The 3 drawers I bought extra, I told you this earlier, they were $150. They're giving me $60 back, which is great. Some of the instructions were a little weird. I didn't like that. I feel like it does scratch very easily. There's a few places where it's already got notches in it, and not that I'm saying, you know, if I've ran into it, yes, obviously, but I feel like it should be a little more sturdy with that for the cost. I think the cost is a con. It's pricey. But I guess if you don't want to have to build everything yourself, it is like, we could have done the dupe. My husband builds a lot of stuff for our house already, so it's not like we couldn't have done it. It was just the time, and sometimes the time commitment is more costly than actual money. So, you know, I was like, oh, let's just do this. They even had an option to get it DIY. So, like, I mean, I'm sorry, they pre-build it. All they build, though, is the 3 boxes, and then you put everything else in, like your totes and all that. That was an option, but I'm particular about how things are built, and so is my husband. We're kind of particular about things. So I was worried that I'd have to double check the work, and I didn't like that. So I was like, let me just do it myself. And everything worked out except for those drawers, which is how I know that it's not me. I know it's those drawers. Oh, there are some spots where there's like extra holes drilled into tables. Like there's extra holes in here. I can't figure out what they're for. There's extra holes on the sides of each of these boxes, and that bothers me simply because, 1, I don't know why they're there, and 2, if it's like a mistake, I don't like that there's holes in my furniture for no reason, I guess. I don't know if some of the holes they put, like if you get certain items, they just go ahead and put the holes in all of the furniture that would be needed if you got XYZ. So like if you got, you know, something else that connects, they put the holes just in case you got that. But then it doesn't feel as personalized in my opinion, but you know, it's all right. Another con, I think that's kind of it. Like, I feel like it was okay. I love the track system. They used to do the pegs, I guess, but now they do these tracks. So they look like this. I'm missing one. I think my little daughter got it and put it up somewhere. But so it has the pegs. The pegs fit into the side, and then obviously there's one on this side, and then you just slide it in, and it's got these to kind of hold. I did break a couple of them because they didn't like it. It pushed against this. It kind of was out a little bit, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, that is the dreambox. I think I answered most questions, or you know, questions I would have had myself if I was going to buy something. But there we are. So I'm Kayla, and my husband's name is Ryan, and that's where the K&R comes from. Mostly we're gonna try to do reviews and maybe throw in some like real life stuff that we deal with. You know, we're both working class citizens. I'm a teacher who works from home, and Ryan works as an MRI technologist. We have 4 kids, 1 who is in public school and middle school, and 2 who I homeschool, and then 1 who is a year and a half. So we're just average people who, you know, like to buy new things, like to, you know, make our home feel comfortable, especially since, like, we'd love to have something a little bigger, but until we can do that, we're just doing our best to make this home comfortable. So yeah, so I'll also link below. I'm on social media a lot. Ryan, not so much, but I have a TikTok where I mostly talk about recipes or different history things. And then I have an Instagram and a blog, and Instagram, Facebook, and a blog that are all linked together. And that one is more about parenting and how I parent and why I parent the way I parent. or why we parent the way we parent, but it's just from my point of view. So yeah, you're more than welcome to follow any of those, and if you don't mind subscribing to this YouTube channel, that would be great. I would love one day to be a full content creator. And just anyway, thanks for watching, and